Welcome to the Madison Miller Podcast. Today is Wednesday, May 11, 2022. Today I'm going to recap yesterday's NBA and Stanley Cup playoff games, look ahead to tonight's games. We'll go over the Major League Baseball games from yesterday and look ahead to tonight's games. And same with the WNBA. Then we'll look at the tee times for the next golf tournament. I'll do my 2021 redraft for Major League Baseball. We'll preview tonight's episode of The Masked Singer. Survivor. Masked Singer's just the road to the finale. And then we'll talk about the primaries results in Nebraska and West Virginia, news and notes, and best bet. All right, we'll start with the NBA playoffs. We'll go over the games from yesterday and look ahead to today's games. Heat destroyed the 76ers, 128-85. So much for me thinking that Philly was going to potentially win this game. Jimmy Butler, 23 points, and Joel Embiid had 17 for Philly. Suns destroyed the Mavericks, 110-80 to take a 3-2 series lead. Devin Booker had 28 points, and Luka Doncic had 28, 11, and 2. Now we look ahead to tonight's game, 7 o'clock on TNT, of the Bucks and the Celtics from TD Garden. My projections for this game is Celtics by 6.25, total 220 and 13/20. And it is 5.5 and 214. I like the over. Overs have been a hot commodity so far in the postseason in terms of picks. And I like this one a lot because I think that the potential of somebody getting hot from 3 is not inconceivable. So I like the over a lot. And then 9:30 TNT, Warriors, Grizzlies. No John Morant. My projection is Warriors 3.25, total 221 and 7/20. And it's 4 and 217.5. Even though John Morant's not there, like, what if somebody, even on Golden State, gets hot? Like, Steph Curry could have a Steph Curry game. Clay could have a lot of threes. But Golden State money line in the over, I think, is a fun parlay. So I'm going to go with another over in Memphis at home facing elimination against the Warriors. All right, now I'll move on to the Stanley Cup playoffs. We'll recap the games from last night and look ahead to tonight's games. Hurricanes over the Bruins 5-1 to take a 3-2 series lead. Maple Leafs over the Lightning 4-3 to take a 3-2 series lead. Blues over the Wild 5-2 to take a 3-2 series lead. And the Kings over the Oilers 5-4 in overtime on a goal by Adrian Kempe to take a 3-2 series lead. Now I look ahead to tonight's games. 7 o'clock ESPN, you have the Penguins and the Rangers. Rangers facing elimination at home. They are a -137 favorite. Pittsburgh's +114, over under 6. Overs -120, unders -102. Pittsburgh +1.5 is -215. Rangers -1.5 is +137. This is a tough one. But being at home, I think the Rangers will get off to a nice start. So I'm going to lay the half with them in the first period to get off to a good start. If you ask me at gunpoint, I think the Rangers force a Game 6 because I just don't see them getting eliminated at home. But the Preds got eliminated at home, but that was for different reasons. 7:30 on ESPN2, you have the Capitals and the Panthers. The Panthers -230, Caps +188, over under 6.5. Overs -128, unders +104. Caps +1.5 is -125. Florida -1.5 is +104. I like the under, but I don't feel good about it. The full game under. But the case here is that Sergei Bobrovsky plays well, and whether it's Samsonov or Vitek, one of those guys plays well. So I could see this being a 4-2 game, and it's still going under. And at gunpoint, I'm going to say the Panthers win. At 9:30 on ESPN, you have the Stars and the Flames from Calgary. Calgary's minus 225. Dallas is plus 188. Over under 5.5. Overs plus 104. Unders minus 128. Dallas plus 1.5 is minus 134. Calgary minus 1.5 is plus 112. We haven't really had a high-scoring game in this series yet. So I'm looking at first period over 1.5 at minus 106. So I don't know if the whole game will go over, but I won't be shocked if there's 2 goals in the first period. So I'm going to go over 1.5 goals first period, minus 106. All right, Major League Baseball. Look back on yesterday's games. Look ahead to today's games. Doubleheader Game 1, Oakland as the home team. Tigers win it 6-0. Doubleheader Game 2, A's over the Tigers 4-1. So the quote-unquote road teams each won. Dodgers over the Pirates 11-1. Brewers over the Reds 5-4. Mets over the Nationals 4-2. Yankees over the Blue Jays 6-5 on a 3-run walk-off homer by Aaron Judge off of closer Jordan Romano. Red Sox over the Braves 9-4. Astros over the Twins 5-0. Orioles over the Cardinals 5-3. Rangers over the Royals 6-4. White Sox over the Guardians 4-1. Angels over the Rays 12-0 as Reed Detmers throws his first career no-hitter. Padres over the Cubs 5-4. D-backs over the Marlins 9-3, so best bet was the winner. Mariners over the Phillies 5-4, and the Giants over the Rockies 9-2. Now we look ahead to today's games at 12:30 of the Dodgers and the Pirates. You have Ryan Papuai and Dylan Peters. Papuai making his Major League debut. I assume the Dodgers are still favored in their game. Let's see. Yeah, minus 176. Pirates are plus 148. Over under 8.5. Overs minus 112. Unders minus 108. Dodgers minus 1.5 is minus 106. Pittsburgh plus 1.5 is minus 113. I think the Dodgers are personally the best team. Dylan Peters has been really good for Pittsburgh this year, but I don't know how sustainable that is. And the uncertainty of Papuai, I really like the over in this game. Brewers Reds. Adrian Hauser and Vladimir Gutierrez. Brewers minus 194. Reds plus 162. Over under 9. Overs minus 114. Others minus 106. Brewers minus 1.5 is minus 132. Reds plus 1.5 is even money. I really like the... I feel like everything is juiced. So, I'm going to go with the risky over 5.5 first half runs at plus 132. Blue Jays Yankees. Jose Barrios and Jameson Taillon. Yanks minus 152. Blue Jays plus 128. Over under 7.5. Overs minus 105. Unders minus 115. Blue Jays plus 1.5 is minus 182. Yankees minus 1.5 is plus 150. I kind of tempted to take the Blue Jays here as a dog. Jose Barrios has not been great this year, but I am skeptical. But I do think Barrios will pitch well. So instead of going full game Blue Jays, I'm going to go with first half result Blue Jays plus 150. 2 o'clock, Guardians, White Sox. Aaron Savali and Vince Velasquez. White Sox minus 142, Guardians plus 120, over under 8.5, overs minus 114, unders minus 106. Guardians plus 1.5 is minus 152, White Sox minus 1.5 is plus 128. Vince Velasquez has actually been decent for the White Sox this season. Aaron Savali has just been atrocious for the Guardians. So, first half result, White Sox minus 105 is the pick. 3:30, Marlins Diamondbacks. You have Sandy Alcantara and Merrill Kelly. Diamondbacks slightly favored on FBI. But the Marlins are favored in the game at Vegas at minus 116. D-backs are minus 102, over under 7.5. Overs minus 120, unders minus 102. Marlins minus 1.5 is plus 162. D-backs plus 1.5 is minus 196. FBI rued the day for best bet yesterday. I don't know if it'll rue the day for best bet today, but I'm going to go with it and go with Arizona. Phillies Mariners. Bailey Falter and Logan Gilbert. Mariners minus 156, Phillies plus 134, over under 7.5. Overs minus 105, unders minus 115. Phillies plus 1.5 is minus 160. Mariners minus 1.5 is plus 132. I'm going to go with first half result, Mariners minus 110. 3:45, Rockies Giants. Chad Cole and Alex Cobb. Giants minus 220, Rockies plus 184, over under 7.5, overs minus 108, unders minus 112. Rockies plus 1.5 is minus 113, Giants minus 1.5 is minus 106. I know the Rockies got destroyed last night. Chad Cole's been better than Alex Cobb this year. I don't know if the Rockies are going to win this game outright, but I'm going to go first half result for the Rockies at plus 240, which is a better price than the money line. 4 o'clock, you have the Cubs and the Padres. Nick Martinez, and we don't know who's going for Chicago. FanDuel does not have the lines out for this. Let's see if DraftKings does. And they do not. But I would consider first half result Padres, whatever that is. 7 o'clock, Mets Nationals. Tyler McGill and Aaron Sanchez. Mets minus 176, Nats plus 148, over under 7.5. Overs minus 118, unders minus 104. Mets minus 1.5 is minus 108, Nats plus 1.5 is minus 111. FBI suggests that the Mets aren't a slam dunk to win this game. Meanwhile, feels like you get a better price with the Nationals here. So I'm going to go with the Nats as an underdog to knock off the Mets. Do I feel great about it? No, but I'm just taking a shot. Fox Sports 1, the Rays and the Angels. Shane McClanahan and Shohei Ohtani. So Fox Sports 1 locks out with this one. The Angels minus 132. The Rays are plus 112. Over under 7. Overs minus 106. Unders minus 114. Rays plus 1.5 is minus 192. Angels minus 1.5 is plus 158. I like the under. I think this is going to be a lower scoring game. Ace Tigers. Zach Logue and Joey Wentz. So this is suggesting we don't know, FBI says. Detroit minus 126. Oakland plus 108. Over under 7.5. Overs minus 114. Unders minus 106. Ace plus 1.5 is minus 184. Tigers minus 1.5 is plus 152. I'm going to go with Oakland to win outright at plus 108 from a value standpoint. 7:20, Red Sox Braves. Nady Eovaldi and Ian Anderson. Braves minus 130. Red Sox plus 110. Over under 7.5. Overs minus 115. Unders minus 105. Red Sox plus 1.5 is minus 194. Braves minus 1.5 is plus 160. Nathan Eovaldi's been really good this year, but the Red Sox have not been. So first half, Boston Red Sox plus 135. 7:30 Astros Twins. Jose Urquidy and Chris Archer. Astros minus 124. Twins plus 106. Over under 8.5. Minus 110 each way. Astros minus 1.5 is plus 134. Twins plus 1.5 is minus 164. I'm going with the Twins as a home underdog. Plus 106. They'll win outright. Chris Archer's just been better than Jose Urquidy this year. And I think the Twins bounce back. 7:45 Orioles Cardinals. Spencer Watkins and Miles Mikolas. Cardinals minus 230. Baltimore plus 190. Over under 8.5. Overs minus 108. Unders minus 112. And each team minus and plus 1.5 respectively is minus 110 each way on the run line. I like the under here. I think there's going to be less runs. Spencer Watkins hasn't been bad this year for the Orioles. So I like the under. And Royals Rangers. We know it's going for KC. And Matt Bush is going for Texas. Quickly going to see if DraftKings has this one. And no, they do not. But at gunpoint, I want to see what the total is, and I'll look at the over. All right, WNBA. We had games last night. I want to touch on them. I believe there's games tonight as well, and there are. Mystics over the Aces, 89-76. Mystics 3-0. Vegas 2-1. So the Mystics win as a underdog. And the Fever over the Lynx, 82-76. The Fever are 1-2, and the Lynx are 0-3. Now we look at tonight's game. 7 o'clock, you have the Sparks and the Dream from Atlanta. Trying to see if... here we go. The Sparks are 4.5 point favorites. Total is 161.5. I think the Sparks are better than Atlanta. There's no FBI here, which is unfortunate. So I'll just lay the 4.5 with Atlanta, or I'm sorry, with Los Angeles. 8 o'clock CBS Sports Network, you have the Liberty and the Sky. The Sky are 4.5 point favorites, so it's 167.5. I'm taking New York plus 465. I think the Liberty can win outright. That was a good first win for them. Sabrina Ionescu played great, so I'm going to go with the Liberty plus the points. And then 10 o'clock on Prime Video is another Commissioner's Cup game. This one, the Storm and the Mercury. The Storm were favored by 4.5 in Phoenix, so it's 164.5. I think that the Mercury are going to be playing inspired all season long because of the Griner situation. So I am going to go take the 4.5 points. I would do an underdog money line parlay with the Liberty and the Mercury, see if it plays out. But don't forget, Diana Taurasi's still on the Mercury as far as I'm concerned. So I'm taking the Mercury plus 4.5 to be playing inspired ball at home. All right, golf. The next tournament up is the AT&T Byron Nelson. It all starts tomorrow morning. 7:50 tee times. Henry Higgs, Wesley Bryant, Doc Redman, Wyndham Clark. I'm just going to go through notables. 8:01. Matthew Naismith, Adam Schenk, Christian Ziedenhow, Charlie Hoffman, Sam Piercy, James Hahn. 8:12. Matt Wallace, Ryan Ramore, Emiliano Grillo. 8:23. Sebastian Munoz, Lucas Tuttle, Joaquim Herman, Luke List, Matt Kuchar. 8:34. Taylor Gooch, Bubba Watson, Brent Snecker, Sodi Kodiara, and Robert Streb. 8:45, Seamus Power, Keith Mitchell, Kevin Tway, Hideki Matsuyama, Jason Day, and Mackenzie Hughes. 856, Saiwoo Kim, Xander Schauffele, Patrick Zier, Dustin Johnson, Kevin Kisner, and Matt Schrader. 907, Tyler Duncan, Carlos Ortiz, Matt Thompson, Brendan Todd, Hudson Swafford, Michael Thompson, my bad. 918, Aaron Weiss, Mito Pereira, Ian Poulter, Roger Sloan. 929, Rory Sabancini, Scott Stallings, James Ha, Peter Malnati. 940 of Kurt Katayama. 951, you have David Lipsky. 1002, Mariano Gillick, Stefan Yeager, Ben Coles. 1 o'clock, Adam Hadwin, Patrick Rogers, Sam Ryder, Aaron Ray, Brendan Hagee. 111, Henrik Norlander, Taylor Moore, Cam Piercy, Jonathan Vegas, Adam Putnam, and Heath Thiglia. 122, Lucas Hodges, Bryce Garnett, Matthias Schwab, Davis Riley, Charles Schwartzel. 133, J.J. Spawn, Cam Champ, Lucas Griffin, Chesra V, Brandon Grace, and Dylan Fratelli. 144, Richie Borowski, Joaquin Neiman, Nate Lashley, Chug Pond, Adam Scott, and Mark Leishman. 155, Taylor Hogue, Sam Burns, Matt Wolf, Justin Thomas, Henrik Stetson, Scotty Scheffler, and Jason Kokrak. 217, Seb Straka, Vincent Willey, Tommy Fleetwood, Francesco Molinari, Ryan Palmer. 228, Kramer Hickok, Adam Cook, Brian Stewart, B.U. Hostler, and Maverick McNeely. 239, Walter Zalatoris, Max Hubbard, Vincent Taylor, Lee Westwood, Pat Perez, Chasen Hadley. 250, Cam Thompson, Brandon Wu, Grayson Sig. 301, Adam Novak, Adam Svensson, Dolly Vanderwall. 312, Joseph Brumlett, Dylan Wu, and Andrew Lope. So a pick to win the AT&T, Brian Nelson. I'm going to go with this is a tough one. I am standing at the X-Man in the face. I'm going to go with Xander Schauffele, 21-1. Do I feel good about it? No, but I'm going to put down a couple chuckles on it. So I'm going to win. I'm going to take Xander Schauffele at 21-1 to win the Brian Nelson Championship. All right, now I'm going to do my 2021 MLB redraft. MLB and hockey are the hardest redrafts to do, based on the lack of information for some of the prospects. But you just do it on what you really know. So without further ado, here we go. Number 1, the Pittsburgh Pirates, Marcelo Meyer. He's number 14 overall on MLB.com. Number 1 Boston prospect. Number 2, the Texas Rangers, Jack Leiter, pitcher, 17 overall, number 1 prospect of the Rangers, so no do-over there. Number 3, the Detroit Tigers, Jordan Law, another shortstop, number 22 overall on MLB.com. Number 3 from the Diamondback system. Number 4, the Boston Red Sox, Henry Davis, number 23 overall on MLB.com. Number 2 with the Pirate system. They need a long-term answer at catcher too, so that would make sense for them in a redraft. Number 5, the Baltimore Orioles, Khalil Watson, number 24 overall, number 1 Marlins prospect. Number 6, the Arizona Diamondbacks, Jackson Joby, pitcher, number 38 overall on MLB.com. Number 3, Tigers prospect. Number 7, the Kansas City Royals. Brady House, shortstop. Number 47 overall. Number 2, prospect with the Nats. Number 8, the Colorado Rockies. Colton Cowser, number 64 overall on MLB.com. Number 4 for the Orioles. Number 9, Los Angeles Angels. Sal Frelick, outfielder, number 68 overall on MLB.com, and number 1 overall for the Brewers. Number 10, New York Mets. Mac McLean, shortstop. Number 84 overall on MLB.com. Number 4, Reds prospect. Number 11, the Washington Nationals. Harry Ford, catcher. Number 90 overall on MLB.com. And number 5, Mariners prospect. Number 12, the Seattle Mariners. Andrew Painter, pitcher. Number 3, Phillies prospect. 13, the Philadelphia Phillies. Will Bednar. Bednar, number 4, prospect in the Giants system. Number 15, 14, the San Francisco Giants. Gavin Williams. Number 7, Indians prospect. So that's funny. Same name as a current Major League pitcher. Number 15, the Milwaukee Brewers. Jackson Morrell, number 6 prospect for the Padres. Number 16, the Miami Marlins. Carson Williams, number 9, Rays prospect. Number 17, the Cincinnati Reds. Benny Montgomery, he's an outfielder, number 3 prospect for the Rockies. Number 18, the St. Louis Cardinals. Michael McGreevy, he's the number 8 prospect for the Cardinals, so no do-over. 19, the Toronto Blue Jays. Sam Bachman, number 1 Angels prospect. He's a pitcher, so he drops to 19. 20, New York Yankees. Ty Madden, number 6 Tigers prospect. He was a competitive balance pick for the trait. He would have been a nice pitching prospect for the Yanks. 21, the Chicago Cubs. Jay Allen, outfielder, number 6 Reds prospect. 22, the Chicago White Sox. Trey Sweeney, number 5 Yankees prospect. He's a shortstop. Number 21, the Cleveland Guardians. Colson Montgomery, number 1 White Sox prospect. He's also a shortstop. 24, the Atlanta Braves. Ryan Cusick, number 8 Oakland prospect. Ryan Cusick was actually a Braves draft pick, but he was dealt in the Olsen deal. So, no do-over there. That was the pick. Number 25, the Oakland Athletics. Frank Mazzucato, number 7 Royals prospect. He's a pitcher. He went earlier in the draft. In real life, he went 7th. Number 26, the Minnesota Twins. Gunnar Hoagland, number 6 Athletics prospect. Gunnar was the pick for the Blue Jays at 19, but they traded him in the Chapman deal. Number 27, the San Diego Padres. Chase Petty, pitcher, number 7 Reds prospect. Chase Petty was he was the first rounder of the Twins, and then he was traded to the Reds. My bad. In the Sonny Gray deal. Number 28, the Tampa Bay Rays. Kyle Manzardo. He's the number 26 Rays prospect. He's just hitting the crap out of the ball. And 29, the Los Angeles Dodgers. James Wood. Number 5 Padres prospect. He was a later round pick. So there you have it, the 2021 MLB redraft. Tomorrow's redraft of 2021 will be the NBA. All right, now I'm going to talk about Survivor from last week. No Masked Singer. Big episode tonight. It's the road to the finale, so we're just going to do Survivor. So left in Kula Kula, you have Lindsay, Romeo, Marianne, Mike, Dre, Jonathan, and Omar. So they're down to 7. So last week, the reward challenge was that they swam ashore and traversed a wooden obstacle before collecting a sandbag and balancing it on a pedestal. Then you have to cross the seesaw before attempting to land on the small platform. And the first person to finish won an overnight stay at a sanctuary with a feast. And the person that won was Lindsay. And she picked Omar, and then she asked Jeff Probst if she brings somebody else, and then she picked Mike. And then while on reward, they were surprised with videos from their loved ones at home, which was really, really sweet. Then was the immunity challenge, as they stood on a narrow balance beam while balancing a ball on a wooden bow. At the regular intervals, they would move down to a narrower section of the perk, making it harder to balance. And if the person dropped the ball or stepped down from the platform, they'd be eliminated. And then the last one standing won immunity. And who won? Lindsay. Lindsay had a banner episode here. And then came Tribal Council. Obviously, Lindsay was safe. And who got voted off? High. With the 6-2 tally. And 2 people voted for Jonathan. High and Tori. Or I'm sorry, High and Romeo voted for Jonathan, and everybody else voted out High. So, if you asked me who will get booted tonight, I'm surprised Romeo is still there. Like, I'm really surprised that Romeo is still in this game. They've been talking about eliminating him for weeks. But also they're trying to get Jonathan out because they think he's so great and he's a golden boy and everything. But at gunpoint, I'm going to say Romeo. But if there's another opportunity for them to knock out Jonathan, I think there's a possibility. I would not rule out Drea getting knocked out here, but she's been talked about as getting booted. So I wouldn't rule her out, and I wouldn't rule out Marianne. So I personally believe that it's going to be Romeo tonight. And that's like your safest pick to get booted out tonight on Survivor. All right, now I want to talk about the primaries that took place last night. So, Nebraska, Republican primary. Your winner was Jim Pillen, with 33.9% of the vote, with 95% reported. This was actually pretty close. Charles Herbster came in second with 30.2% of the vote. Brett Lindstrom came in third with 25.8% of the vote. Then fourth was Teresa Thibodeau, 6.1% of the vote. 1.7% of the vote, Breland Rindor. 1.1% of the vote, Michael Connolly. 0.6% of the vote, Donna Carpenter. Layla McNinch, 0.4% of the vote. And Troy Wentz, 0.3% of the vote. So Jim Pillen, who I did not pick to win this. I think I went with Herbster on yesterday's show. Yes, I did go with Herbster. So Pillen's running mate will be Joseph P. Kelly. So Jim Pillen's a pig farmer and a member of the University of Nebraska Board of Regents. So that is very interesting that Jim Pillen won. He won in a bunch of counties. And those districts really stepped up as well. Brett Lindstrom got some love in Washington County and Sarpy County, Douglas County, and Burt County. And then the northwest part of the state gave Herbster some love. And then Pillen just got pretty much the rest of the state. And then the Democratic Party, Carol Blood ran away with it, with 81% of the vote reported, with 88.5% of the vote in total. Roy Harris got 11.5% of the vote. Only Arthur County gave Roy Harris love. And there's only 6 votes in that county, with 55 reported. Secretary of State Republican Party, with 95% reported. Bob Evnen wins the Republican primary of 43.6% of the vote. Second was Robert Borer of 32.2% of the vote. And then Rex Schroeder, 24.2% of the vote. The House, 1st District Republican, Mike Flood, 73.7% of the vote. And 1st District Democratic Party, Patty Pansing Brooks with 86.7% of the vote. With the Republican primary, 95% reported. Democrat Party primary, 84% reported. And then West Virginia. Here we go. U.S. House District 2 Republican. Your winner, Alexander Mooney, wins that one. And then U.S. House 2 District 2 Democrat, Barry Lee Wendell, wins that one. So those are your two big House districts. Senate District, Republican Laura Joachim Chapman, and then District 1 Democrat Senate Randy Schwartzmiller. So there you have it for West Virginia primaries. News and notes for today. We talked about Reed Detmers with his no-hitter, which was awesome. So Shaq and Rudy Gobert have been going back and forth, and Shaq responds with Taylor Rooks and says that he'd lock him up. DJ Khaled gave a massage to Coach Spoelstra before during Game 5, which is funny. So, in the WNBA, the Suns honored Brittany Griner and displayed her initials and the jersey number on her court. And the Suns are doing that for the rest of the playoffs, which is great. And Natasha Cloud of the Mystics calls out the league for flying teams commercial after being ruled out due to health and safety protocols. The NHL draft lottery was last night, and the Habs won it. The Devils jumped from 5-2. Arizona drops the 3rd. Seattle drops the 4th. Flyers dropped the 5th, and then the rest was chalk. So the Habs win the draft lottery in the year that they have the worst record in the league and the year they host the draft. Patrick Marleau retires. So that is very, very sad to see Patrick Marleau go, but great career as he'll retire as the all-time games play leader in NHL history, which is crazy. John Morant could be done for the playoffs with a bone bruise in his right knee, so that's just unfortunate for Memphis. Kyle Lowry out for Game 5 due to a hamstring injury. And it did not matter. Miami blew him out. Carlos Correa placed on the injured list with a finger contusion after it was reported that he wasn't going on the IL. Kayvon Thibodeau was given the number 5 jersey from Graham Gano of the Giants. But the question is, how did he get it? Thibodeau donated $50,000 to provide service dogs for war vets and first responders in exchange for Gano's jersey number, which is really, really neat of Thibodeau. Tom Brady. We talked about this on the schedule show yesterday. After his playing career is over, will join Fox as its lead NFL analyst on a 10-year, $375 million contract, which is absolutely insane. It's the largest contract in sportscasting history. I don't know if we'll see it topped. I guess Fox was that desperate to replace Buck and Aikman. The Bruins missed Charlie McAvoy and Hampus Lindholm again last night as they got blown out by the Canes. The Vezina finalists were unveiled yesterday. It's Igor Shesterkin of the Rangers, Calgary's Jacob Markstrom, and Nashville's Juuse Saros, all playoff teams, and I think Igor Shesterkin is the favorite. Portland Trailblazers are linked to Zach LaVine as Portland has popped up in league circles about a potential landing spot for Zach LaVine. And non-sports news is that Elon Musk says that he would reverse the ban of Donald Trump on Twitter, which would be wild. We'll see if that happens. And Bill Gates tests positive for COVID, isolating, experiencing mild symptoms. So hopefully Bill Gates gets well soon. All right, best bet of the day brought to you by FanDuel. So for today, I am going to go back to the well with baseball. I'm going to lay a half unit with my pick. And the game I really like, or the play I like a lot, is the under in the Orioles-Cardinals game. I don't like picking unders for best bet, but I'm willing to do it here. So I'm going to lay a half unit on under 8.5 between the Orioles and the Cardinals. So that's it for today's show. I'll be back tomorrow recapping everything in the NBA and the NHL, looking ahead to everything tomorrow. Same with Major League Baseball. No WNBA tomorrow. We'll go over the results anyway. And then I'll do my NBA redraft from 2021. And obviously news and notes and best bet as well. Hope you guys have a great day, everyone.